gorgeous souls, hearts and souls. Today's episode is all about Lightworkers. Welcome to our Heart and Soul show. And if you're watching, you can clearly see that Janet is an amazing light worker. She's just, the light is everywhere for our audience that are listening. So welcome, Janet, to another gorgeous episode with a very interesting topic.
Absolutely, Caroline. I think you and I have both sort of talked about this and then really sort of now stepping up to sort of actually talk to the world about this, because I think it's something very important to both of us in our hearts and soul. This is more than just a talk. This is a calling. So when we talk about light worker, what does that mean to you? What do you think that's all about?
For me, it's all about love and light. And I mean, that's sort of my mantra, love and light. And it's actually sort of shining the light to the world, helping others, igniting their lights up, lifting the whole world, helping Mother Earth. And it's just bring that light to the dark corner. I always say that, don't forget to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Just keep going. And there's light, we've all been through dark times and worrisome times. We feel like it'll never end, but there's always light. And actually, there are two ways we can shine the light. We can shine the light from within, or we can reflect someone else's light. So it's always good, isn't it? What
Absolutely.
does light worker mean for you, Janet?
Do you know, it's an interesting word because I have used it and talk about being a light worker in the past as well. And when I go back to my childhood, I always felt a little different, a little not quite fitting in and searching for something. And even then, I knew there was something that I needed to do, but I didn't know what. And I guess it's only now, as I've come through my journey in life, and I've faced, as some of you know, different challenges, those dark times. And it's through that progression that I've come to where I am today. And I think the clarity then has come through where the realization of, yes, I'm here to serve. I'm here, I feel, as a light activator to help activate the light in other light workers. And I think that's really important because the world to me right now needs it. So it is about sort of bringing, as you sort of say, that uplifting, serving, guiding. And if you think of your example there about light at the end of the tunnel, I almost see, holding that lantern, that beacon of light, guiding people through that dark time into finding the light again. And I know that you helped me with that more recently when I've gone through my most recent dark night of the soul. You were there as my guiding light, guiding me and reminding me. And I think we all need that, even as a light worker ourselves. We do face dark times. That is the reality, that we come through this and we grow each step of the way. So yes, it's something that I really feel it. And I love when you sort of say, you can see when you meet certain people, there's just a complete feeling about them that they radiate lightness. You want to be with them because you feel good being near them. You feel safe. You feel yeah, you just are attracted to their light. And of course, as we know, the more people who are standing in the light, like candles, the more candles there are, the more light there is. And I think that's very important. So when did you feel that that you were called, or when did you recognize that you're a light worker?
I mean, looking back, it's probably my childhood. You know, I was drawn to people, or like my mom even said, even as a toddler, she had me on my arm, and then I sort of jumped out of her arms and hugged elderly men. And it's just, I think sometimes it's just bringing that love, light, and joy back to people, hugging them, you know, telling them it's going to be okay. And I always love to help people, you know, and I love helping people one-on-one, but recently it has been that calling of helping more, you know, really being called here. And I think we all have that inner calling of doing something good for the world. And somehow we always knew that, and we were sort of trying out different things. And now is the time, isn't it? I think truly now it's that really stepping up. Our time is now. And yeah, light workers are sensitive souls, you know, they are most likely empaths, they are introverts, and it all goes along. It's sort of like the upper term for everything, you know, sensitive souls, empath, introverts, and healers, helpers, you know, coaches, just here to help the people. And I think that's, we have sort of that inner calling, sort of, and we search for the thing that truly brings the light, you know. And of course it is predominantly an inner work, you know, really releasing, healing, clearing everything within, so we can really shine bright. And then, yes, helping others to reconnect with their own inner light and shine up. And I think there's a whole community of gorgeous light workers out there ready to shine their light now.
And I think, as you sort of say, it does feel like a calling, and it feels like that calling. I mean, we've spoken about this as well, and I've certainly been feeling it more recently, that it is time to step up. And it's also time, and it's been hard for me, is to speak this truth of who I am, because so many people don't get it. And it's kind of like I have to, you know, push past that, have to talk about it, not have to, but I want to now talk about it because I know it's really important. And as part of that, both of us are healers, and we're also like guides, wanting or realizing that part of our calling as a light worker is also to help and guide other light workers to activate their light, to grow their light, and step into their power to do this work as well. And the more light workers there are in the world, as you sort of say right now, it will start to raise, and we talk about the energy, the vibrational energy of things, because when things are negative, it pushes it to very heavy, very dense frequency, very low frequency. And when we raise that up, you know, we start to then, we even start to change our DNA. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, absolutely. And sometimes, yeah, I feel I'm from another planet, you know. Sometimes you feel completely alien here on Earth among the people, and then you meet like-minded soul sisters and say, okay, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm normal, you know. We all try to sort of fit into that box. Yes. And yeah, definitely. And I think yeah, it's all about the vibration, you know, it's about spirituality, all the topics we've already touched, you know, really link into light workers. And actually we both read the same book just recently. Actually, it's the newest book from Diana Cooper, The Golden Future. And it's just an amazing book. And when I started reading that, I really felt, yeah, okay, now this is the time. We need to step up, or I need to step up. And it felt so good. It felt like, yeah, like the start signal of the beautiful journey. And yeah, we both done so much inner work, and coming back to that love within, also that light within, and yeah, letting go of the past, releasing that, and being ready to take the next step forward and bringing forward the light. And it doesn't mean, I mean, it needs light workers everywhere. So if you work in a bank, in a pharmacy, in a post office, in a supermarket, you bring the light there, and that's your job. It's not like you have to jump off and be an entrepreneur or something. No, each one has a different calling where to bring the light. And sometimes it's in the hardest places we're put, you know, and clearing that energy. And yeah, it's all about, yeah, clearing the energy. I think clearing and cleansing was a topic too, and really come back to who you are and finally be the amazing person you were always meant to be. It's your time to shine your light bright. And yeah, we are all called to help each other for the greater good of all. And I think that's something I was also lacking, you know. It's that male energy, that do, be better, the competition, and it never felt right. And now it's more like that togetherness, together we rise, circles, holding hands, communities, supporting each other. And that's sort of that light worker energy, to really get together. And yeah, we know that together we can bring more light, and there's no comparison between the lights, like there's no comparison between flowers. We just bloom, we just shine, and this is the beauty of it, isn't it? And I think that's about love and light and bringing that forward.
Exactly. And when you talk about, yeah, we don't have to shine. I mean, you think of the rainbow, you think of all of the colors of the rainbow. And when we talked recently about chakras as well, we've got all of those colors. And it depends sort of, you know, you might find that you are more attuned or resonate a color with a certain color of light. And that's, again, your light to shine into the world, because as Caroline says, different lights needed in different places. White light is the pure light because it's the merge of all of the colors, frequency, colors, and vibrationals together. But, you know, I mean, we were talking about, you know, you're drawn to certain colors. I mean, I at the moment, I really go onto this tealy green color, and I keep sort of like, people keep going, why do you keep using that color? And I don't know, I really, really like it. And it's interesting when you read Diana Cooper's book, she talks about this sort of this new activation into this fifth dimensional, and the chakra, sort of the was it the Alta Marta one, turning into this lovely teal color. And I thought, that really sent goosebumps from me, because I thought, oh, that's probably why I love this color teal. As you can see, there is actually a little bit in my top here actually as well. So it's quite interesting when you start reading about it and start looking into it. But that, you're absolutely right. When I started reading that book, it felt like, oh my goodness, this all makes sense now. This really, I mean, there are some parts of it with the processes of, she talks about sort of, you know, raising your vibration up into the 5th dimension, even sort of the 7th dimension and so on. Some of that's a little bit new to me, but very interesting. And I definitely will do some work on that. But it did feel like, yes, this makes sense to me. Totally makes sense. And with what's going on in the world right now, it sort of then made me not sort of feel fear, that fear of what's going on and worrying that, you know, where the world looks like it's heading, to giving sort of this sort of feeling of, no, this is happening for a reason, and this is the calling, this is where we need to be heading, and feeling, I want to be part of this. I know my job is to be part of this. Mm-hmm. And it is a total knowing, is that finally, as you say, from a child wondering, why does none of this ever fit? Why do I not fit in? Why am I always feel like I'm looking for something? And then it sort of doesn't feel like that anymore. It feels like, nope, this is what, doesn't matter where I'm sitting. I can be in the Swiss Alps, or I can be in by Herne Bay by the sea in the UK. This is what I'm here called to do. And I just need to find a way of reaching out and touching lives. And I feel someone actually did say to me once, a number of years ago, when I started healing and moving into sort of more the coaching environment, and she said to me, she said, oh, but you are an activator. Your job is to activate the light in others and start them on their journey. And I thought, that might make sense. So yeah. Mm-hmm. How do you feel? I mean, when you read the book, what did you take away from Diana's book?
Yeah, it's truly, like you said, keeping that vision of that love, of that togetherness, of that beautiful golden future, and not always sinking into that fear mode of what's going on at the moment, but knowing, and that's also, I mean, for the last 10, 20 years, I always knew things happen for a reason, or even if something I wanted didn't happen, I knew it was meant or not meant to be at this time. And I always had that deeper trust of things. If, you know, if they happen, they happen. If not, it's good. But just that great vision, and that people support each other, that it's that community, that it's that love and light, and just gorgeous, you know, and children get educated, and natural healing, and we are all here to support each other. And I think that's such a beautiful vision of such a gorgeous world. And yeah, I can't wait, you know, sort of. But I know we are here to share that light and keep that vision, because everything is crumbling, everything is tumbling, you know, falling away. And that needs immense energy of really keeping that golden light in. And yeah, we're called here. We've been sent here for this time, you know. And sometimes during my life, I felt, did I really choose that? You know, did I ever think that was a great idea? And now I feel like, yeah, okay, this is the time. This is what we all came for. And yeah, everybody is a light worker. We all have the light within, and it's up to us what we do with the light, and if we're called to shine more light and help more people. I think it's those helpers, those nurturers, those activators that are truly called forward at this time. And it's just beautiful. And I mean, of course, when you realize that so much needs to change, sometimes you feel like, oh my God, it's sort of, because the world we know now will be so different, but it will be all for the greatest good of all. And I think that's good. And I love the book, especially the first, how she explains how we got here, what's happening, and then with the chakras, the 12 gorgeous chakras, to bring them up.
That's the thing, because we talked about 7, but there are more. Maybe we'll come back and do about those additional ones. I mean, I have a little quote from her book that really touched me, and I think it's really relevant to anyone listening or watching this who feels that they're called. Light workers are being asked to hold the vision of the new and keep their lights blazing no matter what. So there may be some challenges ahead, there may be some struggles, but we are being called to keep our light shining. And when you're with other people who feel the same way, you feel that you're supported. And I totally understand, Caroline, what you're saying is when you feel that you're out on your own, and when you want to talk about these things and people just think you're really strange. But then when you meet like-minded souls and you realize, no, I'm not the only one who feels this way. There are other people and they feel exactly the same. And this is how we are for a reason. And maybe you're right, we come from a different planet to come down here to do our work. And I think that really touched home with me. That really made me feel, that aha moment. That was just beautiful. But that piece about how really it is important, if you feel that you're a light worker, being called to be a light worker, or you have that sort of deep feeling that there's something missing, and you just, this is resonating with you, what we're talking about, please reach out to us, please contact us, because we're here to help you. We've been helped on our journey as well, and Caroline was one of my guides on that journey, and still continues to be, so that you're not on your own. So if this really touches you, please reach out.
And each light is great, but the more light there is, the lighter it gets. And I think that's when we can combine our light, it's the process is so much smoother and easier. And keep sharing the light. And we are only humans, we don't shine the light 24/7. It's more like always reminding ourselves of keeping the vision, especially if we sort of go down the rabbit hole and it says, okay, keep the vision. And with that vision, there is automatic trust, I feel. If I just keep that vision of the golden future, then I just trust what's happening is happening, that I'm supported, and there will be absolutely gorgeous water, drinkable water, absolutely amazing produce to nourish our heart and soul, and all will be really, really wonderful. And I think what I had as when I read the book, I felt, okay, I saw myself just sitting at the feet of people and holding my hands on their feet, and just, channeling the great energy and clearing their body, healing their body. She even speaks about healing temples. And I thought, I'll be one of those. I will just, I'll just sit there, my hands on their feet, and just, uplift anyone who needs a bit of clearing. And I love that vision. And I think I could do that every day for the rest of my life, and it feels so good and so light and so beautiful. Have you had
definitely when you're doing the visualizations that she invites you to do, I mean, definitely I saw myself in a community of people where I felt at home, totally at home and at peace. And for me, it was probably what touched me was she said about, you know, I mean, obviously I haven't been able to have children. And if we go back, that could be a choice I made before coming here as part of my soul contract. And I thought of like the community, it sort of said that your community and the children are not just with the parents, they're part of the community. And to me, I saw myself more like sitting with a group of young children and telling them stories or teaching them, and that's, it just makes my heart sing. It does.
It does.
It
does.
truly felt wonderful that, you know, I feel like I've been disconnected, not having children, not spending much time with my nephews and nieces because we lived overseas. And the idea of being in a community where everybody trusts each other and everybody is there together, that just sounds it does. It's an
and I even saw the gathering and just sitting together, all eating dinner together. And she also said about celebrations, you know, everybody comes together, and I love that. And I think especially for people who feel lonely,
yes,
just because they haven't found their community, they might not feel home wherever they are. That is such a gorgeous vision that you can just go into your village and everybody's your friend, everybody knows you, everybody sees you. You can just sit together, have a coffee, or then someone is cooking and inviting you over, and it's sort of like that absolutely beautiful community. I just love that. It's so nurturing and so loving, and it'll touch hearts and souls. And I think in that time, I think now we are connected to heart by heart and soul by soul, but there in the golden future, we're truly connected on a soul level, and we feel that.
I think it just definitely, that image touched me so much, and I just went, yes, this is what I want to work towards. This is the future I want to be part of. Absolutely, it's beautiful. And even sort of the fact she said, you know, the animals are part of it as well, and it just felt, you know, that you're just walking through, and the clothing that you'd be wearing is sort of loose and very comfortable, and it really did have so much beautiful energy about it. Beautiful energy, and definitely I feel connected to it, and I'm thankful that Diana Cooper's written this book and shared this with us, because I think that it's also, if anyone is again feeling this calling, definitely read that book, because it gives you then like an idea of what we're working towards. And if you feel then called to be part of that, you know, and you want some support, some guidance, then we're here for you.
We're definitely here, and I have my circle of love, and the doors are open now during October. And my vision, of course, now I truly feel called to call in the light workers and bring that light. And we will talk about a chakra a month and gather twice a month and share that light during a gorgeous meditation. And if you feel called to join me, I'll share the link in the comment. I need to update the page to really share about light workers and getting together, but it's all that love and compassion and nurturing and acceptance and understanding and community. It's all about that. And yes, we are truly heading towards an amazing time, and just hang on through the vision and be in the moment, and don't, get distracted by what's going on in the world. There's always a higher reason for everything. And if you feel called to bring more light to yourself, your world, Janet, at janetgroom.com. She's amazing and helping you, open up to your spiritual connection and get the wisdom from your soul. And also you can contact me, Caroline, at carolinepalmy.com. So yes, sharing the light, and I love sharing the light, and it feels so heart opening, heart warming. And yeah, I don't know, is there an expression like soul wisdomy, or
I think it's like your soul calling, your soul purpose, your soul passion. And if you're feeling that way, it is that calling of this is the work you should be doing. This is, to have that sense of fulfillment and bring that joy and happiness when you're doing your work, your soul purpose work out into the world, then it's a win-win-win for everyone.
Exactly. I love that. So do you have anything further to share you want to add, Janet?
I just want to say to people, if you are feeling this and you've maybe felt that you don't fit in, but this is resonating with you, it is important to, if you want to find that sense to move forward, to take that first step. It might all seem a very strange world. I know when I started my journey, it was all sounding, oh, I don't know about chakras, and I actually didn't know what a lot of people were talking about, because I had no idea. And now I look back and I think, actually, no, I look at how far and how much I've learned. But I would get excited about the topics. And if you're feeling that excitement about the things that we talk about, that's probably you being called or attracted to the light worker energy in you and connecting with us. So please, please, please reach out, or please take a look and connect. Check out our websites of what we do. And if you just want to talk, give us a call.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, magic with Janet, soul magic. Thank you so much, and light and love to all of you, from my heart to yours.
And light and soul blessings to you too.